The M250 is a quite unique weapon in Battlefield 6. It has constant damage at all ranges, but what do we pay for such stable damage profile? In today's video, we are going to discuss everything about this LMG and it will be a bit different, so sit back, relax and let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. The M250 has 25 flat damage and 675 RPM rate of fire, which is sitting somewhere in the middle. It has a common for LMGs 433 ADS transfer speed, a standard headshot multiplier of 1.34, a 50 bullet belt and a massive 5.75 second reload time. And here we can clearly see the frustrating part. The main thing that keeps this LMG from being overpowered is the standard 50 bullet belt, and 5.75 second reload time is insanely long for that amount of bullets. If you are a player that loves pushing an aggressive playstyle, this can be an issue. For me personally, it was very frustrating to manage that reload. Now let's move to the raw power stats. The M250 has no damage fall-off points at all, and that is the main strength of this LMG. To the body we deal 25 damage, for headshot we deal 33.5, and with hollow point ammo we deal 37.5 damage at all ranges. And yeah, it has no access to synthetic ammo, but to be fair it's not a big deal as this gun has pretty big visual recoil and is not meant to hunt for heads. We already have a stable damage monster in our hands, and that's more than enough. So, that means we need 4 shots to the body or 3 headshots to kill our target. We can clearly see that hollow point ammo is totally useless, at least for standard multiplayer mode. Talking about time to kill parameter for multiplayer, it takes 268 milliseconds to kill in CQB, which increases up to 416 milliseconds at the 100 meter mark. That means in CQB we have less potential than most weapons in Battlefield 6, but our TTK power rises hard with range, as we have no damage fall-off, especially starting at 21 meters and past that. And when we are hitting the 75 meter mark, the M250 becomes the best automatic weapon in terms of TTK. And to balance it out, we have pretty big visual recoil and not the easiest spray pattern to control. If we compare the M250 to other weapons in the LMG class, it takes 8th place. But again, it gains power with range, keep that in mind. Now we are moving on to the Bloom and Recoil section. Here's the result for the Bloom area test, which is based on 1500 shots made in ADS at a 20 meter range. The green area is typical behavior of the weapon, where 98% of bullets are landing. Yellow zones are examples of single standard belt patterns. The M250 recoil is not the biggest, but not the easiest to control. It sits somewhere in the middle. Fortunately for us, the spray pattern don't have much left to right movement. Is it manageable to control without recoil reduction attachments at all? Well, yeah, but I would advise taking at least something to improve that. It's really on the edge of being too uncomfortable. The main direction of recoil is 14 degrees to the right. In case we are using a full set of recoil reduction attachments, we can shrink the base area to this size. Talking about hipfire area, here's the test at a 10 meter range. It is straight up dogshit. Do not use hipfire, unless you are in critical close quarters and already feeling the enemy foot in your arse. And in case you don't know how exactly attachments work and need more specific information, I have got an ultimate attachment guide for you. The link is in the top right corner in the description down below. Moving on to the playstyle section. As we already know, the M250 has constant damage at all ranges, and TTK power increases with range starting at 21 meters. Sure, it can be used at closer ranges, but we will lack some power in comparison to other guns. So, optimal range for this gun is up to 100 meters, with ideal range from 21 to 75 meters. Defensive, second lane and supportive playstyles are favorable for this gun. Can it be used in a more aggressive manner? For sure, but the standard 50 bullet belt reload times will make our aggression too slow, so the 100 bullet belt will negate that problem. Knowing that information, we have a dilemma. What do we need the most? Recoil control and usability overall, or a bigger 100 bullet belt? That choice purely depends on playstyle. I advise using the 100 bullet belt for aggressive and recoil reduction attachments for more supportive gameplay, so it will be easier to control your weapon at range. As we discussed earlier, recoil is mid. I personally love using either a long suppressor or flash compensator. That way it becomes way easier to control. Leveling with this gun is okay. There won't be many problems if you pick a flash compensator and violet laser from level 0. And the only real power spike this gun has when you unlock the 100 bullet belt. At least for my taste, I don't like slow reload times on 50 bullet belts. I call it reload playstyle, and it frustrates me. Other than that, it is still a 25 constant damage at all ranges gun, so stability is actually insane. You'll need some time to get used to the recoil, but that's it, you're good to go. Now it's time for the build section. The M250, like most LMGs, is not a weapon where you can make many different builds. If you are using the 100 bullet belt, which I personally prefer, there is literally one efficient build possible. And if not, all you wanna do is reduce recoil and improve accuracy, so I've got two main builds for you guys. The first build is what I use the most, the 100. For the sight, take what you want. Next you need the flash compensator, heavy extended barrel and 100 bullet belt. Yeah, this belt costs an enormous 55 points and you cannot switch basically anything in this build to make it more effective. But it is what it is. For this build you can do any of the playstyles we discussed earlier. But of course, as we don't have many attachments for recoil control, you'll need some time to get used to it. And when you've got it, everything becomes stable and under control. The optimal range for this build is 10 to 75 meters, and it has the ability to deal with targets at longer ranges. The main obvious improvement is we get a 100 bullet belt. That means we need to reload half as often. I know that sounds crappy, but in reality it changes everything and the feel of this gun becomes better overall. First of all, it lets us play more aggressively. Second, it allows us to suppress enemies for longer periods of time. And third, it gives us the ability to spray more, with less thinking about reload time. And if you have already gotten used to the recoil and controlling this gun, it becomes a stable 4-shot kill monster weapon. Surprisingly enough, it has pretty good accuracy by default. I had moments where I deleted enemies at 80 plus meters range with the first 4 bullets shot. It is simply an amazing feeling when it happens. But yeah, it's more of a tryhard build. I can confidently say that if you can control this beast, it is the build to go. But if you prefer having more control and ease of play, the next one is for you. The second build is Normie. This is a standard 50 bullet belt version with the most recoil control and quality of life features. For the sight section, take what you want. Next, take a long suppressor, heavy extended barrel, violet laser, and stippled stubby. In case you are feeling you need more recoil control, switch to the violet laser for a low profile stubby, that will be the most you can get. The optimal range for this build is from 21 to 100 meters. We have enough recoil control to deal with targets at these ranges. Can you deal with targets at closer ranges? Yes, but it's not the main job for this build. As for the playstyle, it is suitable for more passive, supportive, second lane and cover-to-cover pushing gameplay. Your main strength is 4 shots needed to kill at all ranges, so use it. And you don't need to aim for heads with such damage profile. The big body hitbox is the way for this gun. And of course I advise playing on the support class to improve ADS transfer speed. More than that, you'll have access to deployable cover, so you can make your defensive point wherever you want. A very stable and easy to control build for players that don't mind and can manage such a massive reload time. The M250 doesn't have range limits, and longer range fights are limited only by a player's skill. Playing with it gives a bit of a strange feeling, as this is the only weapon in the game with constant damage. And to balance it out, DICE made this weapon not the easiest to control, took some rate of fire and gave it a massive reload time. If you've been watching me for some time, you should know I am not an LMG guy, but the stability of the M250 is 100% usable to destroy targets and win games. I enjoyed most of the time playing with it. But of course that's only my thoughts and I'd like to know what you guys think about this gun in the comment section down below. And feel free to join our community Discord where we discuss the game and share guides and other things. The link is in the description down below. If you liked the video, press that like and subscribe buttons for future content. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.